You remember in COVID, like whenever you would go to the store and you couldn't find certain things, like they just didn't have it, and they didn't know when they were gonna get it back. Cuba's like that, but all the time. Like, is that with medicine? It's like that with diapers. It's like that with anything, shoes, clothing, rice, flour for bread. Sometimes you go to the store and there's not an inhaler for your kid. Like, that's tough. That's tough. And if you don't have family over here sending you money, it's very hard to survive.
I've been through a lot. But only one thing ever really sticks to me. No matter what I go through, it always affects me. When I hustle up or don't have a dime, I'ma go mine. Good times and the bad times, they heavy on my mind. Tapered up or I'm starched down. Either way is mine. I feel fine, but everything around affect my vivid mind.
Welcome to a Vivid Mind podcast, the official podcast for young and cultured luxury lifestyle brand. It's your host, your boy Sid, aka the king of all things dope, King Dopamine. Before I introduce our illustrious guest here, I just want to let y'all know I have updated the site. We have new things dropping, and we're actually stepping full force into the luxury brand. Now you can find slides, hats. We even have leather purses. Yes, it is legit. Get you a bag, and we gonna get you right, okay? So look, we've already had one guest on that was highly recommended by, my slight mentor, my slight big bro, Tony Davis of Secret Scientist, Mr. Darren Hindenburg.
Shout out to Tony.
Tony is putting the city on.
He's doing big things.
So, upon doing my recruitment for this platform, you come up, and I'm like, I don't know anybody in the city really who is building an actual brand of being a nail tech. Like, I'm talking about, this looks nice in here.
Thank you.
Really, really nice. And if Tony saw value in what you were doing, it made me feel like, okay, let me look into what she got going on. And as I studied your Instagram and looked at what you had going, I was like, okay, yes, this represents the young and cultured, someone who looks like they've made some mistakes and figured it out.
Yeah.
And that's really what it's about, taking your steps, bouncing back from your failures, and showing people what success can be.
Yeah.
And without further ado, I would like to introduce you, as I know her, as Nailed by Kat.
Yes. Hello. I'm Catherine Sotolongo. Nice to meet everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm so honored and humbled to be here. These guys have really just given me the opportunity to share my story, and it's a wonderful platform. It's Christian based.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's also something that I'm proud to be a part of. And I'm just here to be a part of it. I'm excited. I'm excited.
So, before we do anything, hold on, I forgot my paper for it.
It's okay.
Since you have watched this, we like to play games.
Okay. I love games.
So, I'm gonna pull out the infamous dumb questions for smart people.
Okay. I heard there's no such thing as dumb questions, though, so.
Well, we're going to see today.
All right, let's see.
All right. What we want to do is we want to play. We'll do this one.
I'm ready.
Describe yourself in one word.
I guess I would say one word. Exotic. One word, exotic. There you go.
Okay. Where that can be apparent to somebody where we live, why would you choose the word exotic?
Exotic because I feel like I'm one of a kind. Everybody's one of a kind,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but I do feel like it's just something that you'll never meet another me. And I'm confident in that.
Okay. All right.
Not in a cocky way.
No, that
in a
sounds
confident
very
way.
that sounds very confident and appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has
all
nothing
right.
to do with even my looks. It has more to do with just my personality, who I am. It's exotic.
Exotic. All right. What fictional character do you identify with the most and why?
Fictional character. I guess I would. Let me see. These are good questions. Probably so like animated. Anyone?
Book, movie, film, cartoon, doesn't matter.
You put me on the spot with this one. Okay, so I guess I would say there's two that I can't. But okay, let's just say, have you watched Vampire Diaries?
I have not, but I know my wife have.
Okay, so Vampire Diaries, there's this character and her name is Catherine, and I feel like I kind of resonate with her a little bit because both her parents passed away, and I'm into vampires. Like I like the living forever type vibe.
Okay.
Young forever. I like that.
You like that part of vampires.
And she
You're
has
not
like
a
a good
bloodsucker though, are you?
No.
Okay.
No. I couldn't even get into the medical field because I cannot see blood. I'm not like.
Really? You pass out?
I'm so empathetic that if somebody's hurt, I feel it myself. Like
you're an empath.
Yeah, I physically
well.
will get sick.
Okay.
If I see somebody else sick.
Yeah.
So I can't. Like it's really hard for me to take care of people that are sick.
It's weird, but even though I'm naturally an empath, I know how to shut that part of my brain off.
Really?
Because I work around blood every day. I actually work at a plasma center.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See?
So, because of the pain factor, I figured out how to put that needle in their arm without any.
Oh, okay.
So that's like the thing now. People harass me at work because
like you
they
have
want
a good hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're like, I want you, come over here, and I'm like,
That's a thing.
I don't feel like dealing with that.
Yeah.
And I said it live on here. All right, so we have one last question. But before I ask it, because I like to give my guests a disclaimer now if I don't know for a fact.
Okay.
Are you into superheroes?
Into superheroes.
Like, do you watch Marvel?
I have watched some Marvel stuff, but I'm not really into. I don't watch a lot of TV. If I'm being honest with you. I really don't watch a lot of TV.
All right, we'll have to get into that. So,
Yeah.
I gotta think of a better versus question. Okay, I'll ask you this.
All right.
Between the two places, where, in your opinion, is a better place for a Cuban American to survive? Would it be in Cuba itself or in Miami?
Miami. I would say like the only place that you see a Cuban struggle is in Cuba.
What?
That's
Blow
the only
my
place.
mind.
That's the only place you're gonna see a Cuban struggle, because I don't want to get into political things, but it's under dictatorship. So that means everything is like controlled. You gave Cubans a piece of land in the United States, and look at Miami. It's one of the most expensive, most like luxurious, most like world capitals. It's up there with New York.
Yes, it is.
It's up there with LA. And Cubans run Miami.
Really?
Cubans run Miami. Yeah, you go to Miami, it's Cuba. I mean, Little Havana is probably as big as our downtown area, And it's because they got here, they got settled, and boom, they're like, we're gonna take off. So I think that Cuban Americans, the best place for them to be is they would make it so much easier in Miami than they would in Cuba, because in Cuba they don't want to get there's not that much, there's slim pickings. There's not a lot of chances for somebody to become successful, really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. One thing I do know about the Cuban culture is whenever we do send vehicles that way, they make them last forever. They learn how to
there's
fix
no
everything
car factory
on it.
over there.
Yeah.
So the people take care of what they have. Like, I recommend for you to go before it gets like updated.
Okay.
Because it really is like, I've been a couple of times and it's beautiful, and everybody's like, genuinely, they don't have anything, but they're happy. You remember in COVID, like whenever you would go to the store and you couldn't find certain things, like they just didn't have it, and they didn't know when they were gonna get it back. Cuba's like that, but all the time. Like, it's that with medicine. It's like that with diapers. It's like that with anything, shoes, clothing, rice, flour for bread. Sometimes you go to the store and there's not an inhaler for your kid. Like, that's tough. That's tough. And if you don't have family over here sending you money, it's very hard to survive.
Wow.
It's because the exchange ratio is $1 American is 25 pesos. But now they changed it to where it's pesos to euros. So it's even more. So people are literally starving. Literally starving. And it's crazy because it's 90 miles away from the United States of America, which is one of the most like advanced countries in the world. And Cuba is so behind on so many things. Like, they don't even have Wi-Fi in houses. You have to go to Wi-Fi hotspots, which is like a park, and you'll see people like on their phone, just like everybody just on their phone talking to their family members because there's no Wi-Fi in your house. Like, you can't just randomly just call, so and so. I made a call to Cuba once, and it was like a $200 call.
What?
And it's 90 miles away from Key West. It's not like I'm calling, Istanbul.
Yeah.
$200.
$200. That's
$200. Crazy, huh? True story, though.
That's crazy. All right, so let's get into it. How old are you now?
I'm 24.
You're
24, yep.
Man. I ain't doing something right. I understand. A life's journey and what you go through is intended for your success. Because God don't make no mistakes. People do, but He always find use of your mistakes. It always brings Him glory in the end. But I had to ask because I'm 31, and I've been doing this for a while. This trying to be successful thing. Not necessarily having it figured out, and you are 24 with your own shop, your own brand.
Glory be, though. Glory be.
What is take us back to the beginning, though. Who are your parents? You mentioned earlier they are no longer with us, but clearly they did something right in the time frame they were here.
Yes.
So who are they? Where did you grow up? What did they instill in you before they left?
So that's a mouthful, genuinely, because I can go on and on. But so I grew up in Mobile, Alabama. My parents came in 1997, and I was born a year after they got here. My parents were entrepreneurs since the moment they touched down. I mean, they came with literally nothing. I know people say that all the time, like, oh, we came here with nothing. No, they really came here with nothing. Started from the ground up. Working 9 to 5s, maybe not those hours, but day jobs, and then they would literally cook food and go stand outside of clubs and sell hot plates because there was five girls and we all went to private school. One thing that my parents did not play about was education. They didn't take vacation for themselves. They didn't do certain things for themselves, but they made sure we had good schooling.
Okay.
That was very important to them. So one of the main values that they instilled in me is like, don't start, but don't take anything. Like, don't start anything, but don't take anything. And I think that really changed my way of thinking, because I was always like, laid back and chill, but I knew how to defend myself, whether that be I've never been like a violent person, but verbally I'm always like, I can sit in any room, and I've learned that about myself, whether it be with clowns or kings. I know how to like kind of maneuver myself to where I get out and I leave safe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What I need you to do is I need you to go to www.youngandculture.app. I repeat, www.youngandculture.app. And get you one today, man, because if you ain't got it, you left out. And one thing you don't want to be is left out. Just trust me, everybody's about to have this.
So yeah, I think that's one of the main things that they kind of instilled in me is just stand strong, be who you are, and because trouble's gonna come, and you just have to know how to prepare yourself for it. But you asked me something else. You asked me a couple of things.
Yeah, I basically was asking you, like, how did they raise you? Like,
how did they raised us? Like, I literally say this all the time. I was raised in Little Havana, but in Mobile, Alabama. I was not allowed to speak English at home.
Okay.
So Spanish is my first language. I learned English at school, and it was very much respectful. I mean, you sit this way when you get up from a table. Manners. We grew up with a lot of manners in our house, and both of my parents stood on principles, and they were very upright people.
Okay.
And they, like I said, they were entrepreneurs. Like they really, really were. Which that's what fired me, I think, too. Because I very rarely had to see my parents ask for days off, or be like, "Oh, I gotta ask my boss," or "I can't come pick you up from school," because my dad was, 6'3", big old black man, like looked like he was just Scarface's boss, probably, and he wasn't finna ask nobody for no days off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then my mom was this little petite thing, but she was fiery too. She was like, no, I'm gonna clean houses. I'm gonna do what I have to do, but I'm gonna make my own schedule.
Yeah.
And I think that was something that instantly I knew I can't work for nobody. I just can't. The way I want to live my life, I can't. But you have to.
Yeah.
You have to. And one of the things of many that I learned while working from somebody, and I tried to absorb this in every place that I worked, is I saw what marketing techniques were right and what was like why the business wasn't as successful as it could have been.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, why aren't they that busy? Okay, why are they busy? What do people like? What are people picking up? And I think that played a role into the brand that I've built today.
Okay. All right. So you say you have two other sisters?
There's 5 of us.
There's 5
There's
of you.
5 of us, all girls. Yes.
What?
I'm the youngest of 5.
Yay.
And they're all really achieved. And yeah, like they're very ambitious women. No brothers. So we was taking out trash, mowing lawns, fixing roofs.
Everything that needed to be done.
Yes. My dad really raised us. My mom and my dad raised us really independent.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are you spoiled?
No, I pay my own bills. Not spoiled. I was spoiled, but I was spoiled in the sense of like
love.
Yes.
Okay.
We had a tight family unit.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I just look like this, but I'm a nerd, y'all. I promise.
What's if you don't mind me asking, how did they leave here? Like,
so both of them, it's funny, they both kind of died of the same thing.
Okay.
They died 2 years apart from each other, but they both died from heart attacks. So
What?
take care of, it's crazy. They both had blood clots on their legs that traveled. So which is insane, because they were divorced, but I feel like they were always each other's like soulmates.
they were connected.
Yeah, they were connected. And so if you guys honest, this is a disclaimer, like health disclaimer, if there's any weird swelling in your body, go get it checked out. That's one of the first signs of like a clotting or like blood not passing. So if you feel like your leg is like tingling a lot, it's swollen more than usual, go get it checked out. Go get it checked out. Yeah.
How old were you when they left?
My mom passed away April 2021. So
so that was
recently, and then my dad passed away in December of 2018. So I was like in my 20s, and then sandwiched in between that. So boom, my dad passed away. Boom, I got pregnant with my son. Then I ventured off and started. COVID hit. COVID hit, and then I was like, I ventured off and finally began working for myself. I was working at salons, and then after that, my mom passed away, and then after that, I opened up this business. So about 7 months between my mom passing, I opened up this shop. So all of that happened very, very close together, but it lit a fire under me because I didn't have a backup plan, as in, like, if something went wrong, I can't go stay the night at my mom's house. If something went wrong, I can't go stay the night at my dad's house. I can't look for, like, my parents. I don't have a lot of living. I have one grandmother, and we took care of her.
Okay.
So it really was me, and now I have a son.
Yeah.
So it really was like, get your butt in gear.
Yeah.
And make it happen. And I feel like I had to do that. And I think people would say, you're so strong, girl, you're so strong. And one of the things that I know that I said the day that my mom passed away, I said, I don't know how strong God is trying to make me, but I don't want to be no more. I don't want to be strong. I don't want to be this strong. Like, I ain't got to be this strong. I promise you. I'll be all right being how I am. But I realized, like, I'm not strong. I wasn't strong. The situations I was put into, I rose to the occasion. I wouldn't say that I'm, like, strong. Like, I grew up tough and I'm just tough and I just knew how to handle these situations. But the strength
that they see is you surviving.
I think it was God's peace.
Oh,
it was God's peace.
That's even more strength.
Yeah, it was God. It wasn't me. Like, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't me. And you talk about success. Like, I'm not successful. I'm not successful in a sense of what I have. I think I'm successful in a way that I found my inner peace no matter where I am. No matter where I am, no matter what I have, I've realized that nobody can take away up here. They can take everything else. And it's crazy. I can put myself in situations. I'm like, okay, boom, I'm kidnapped right now, tied to something. I don't have nothing. Somebody's like, whatever, but I'm still strong. I practice, like, hymns in my head, like worship music in my head. If I'm ever put into those situations where I'm completely stripped of everything that I have, I'm still strong mentally. Yeah. And I practice that. Yeah. And I think that is where I'm successful at.
Wow.
Not successful in because this can be gone tomorrow.
Yes, it can.
This can be, knock on wood, it can burn down tonight. Yeah. But what's going to get me back up?
You.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's the God in you that gets activated.
Exactly.
Wow, I like how you put that. That's coincidentally on brand.
Yeah, major.
Oh, wow. Man, I relate to
making your job easy, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. I relate to you. On June 7th, I actually lost my dad.
Oh, this June?
Yes.
Oh my God, June. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. It's hard. It is.
It's different, because I'm the strong one in most cases. And the crazy thing is, in this moment, in this season that I'm going through, I don't want to be, and I still have to be. Yeah. And
you have kids?
I do. I have a 8-year-old about to turn 9 and a 4-year-old about to turn 5.
That's why. That's where you find that strength. You don't know what it is. It's the kids.
Yeah. And I'm just like, man, God, I just really want to go through the experience of truly grieving and mourning. Now I'm not going to do it the way most people would anyway, because I'm not built like that. I'm truly a cerebral person. So I cycle through my feelings all the way in my head, figure it all the way out and break it down to see, like, what do I actually care about in this moment? And just to think about the thing that brings me peace, like you say, God loves to give you peace. He brought to me all the thoughts and memories and things that I share with my father. Even the fact that we had no quarrels. Like, I literally got to work out my problems with him. Like, we got to argue over what I felt like he did right and didn't do right. And, and I know his stances on things. I know what he desired for my children. Like, I don't have any questions.
The good ones go.
That's crazy.
The good ones go. They go. They learn their lessons.
That's true.
Earlier, and then God's like, all right, you pass the test. Come to the next chapter.
And
come to the next level.
In his case, he grew up, in the 90s. He was when I was born. You know, I was born in 91, the year he graduated. So like to coming from that time frame, they really didn't expect to see 25. But yet he got to see 50.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So like he got to live 2 lifetimes in his lifetime, and I had to be reminded that he put a lot of miles on his body.
Yeah.
With the experience that he lived. You know, he definitely lived the life that I told him by the time he started getting sick and stuff. I was like, I ain't doing half of that stuff you was out here doing.
You learn from their experiences.
Yes, you really do. But it definitely lit that fire under me.
Yeah.
You know, to the point now, what I'm doing with the brand now is a consequence of me seeing that happen. You know what's interesting though? A couple years ago, I was doing research on successful people, and like literally world changing people. But you know what? I'll tell you all of that in just one moment. We're gonna take a break.
Okay.
What it do, family? This your boy Sid, aka King Dope, the king of all things dope. Hey, I just kind of let you know I just dropped another gem for you. Hey, what I need you to do is pick up your device, go to the nearest streaming app you have, wherever you listen to music. I'm letting you know I dropped an album to go along with the podcast. Yes, and to make it easy, I named it the same thing, A Vivid Mind. So, on wherever you like to find your music, look up A Vivid Mind, and it's by the artist known as King Dope, that it will be me. You can look up King Dope, KINGDOPE, or you can look up A Vivid Mind, and you will find my album. Check it out. Man, I got some tunes on there for every type of situation. And every type of situation I got some tunes for involve getting to the bag. So, you know, make sure you hit the comments on this video if you have checked it out and let the people know what you think. Okay, now that we're back, of course. What I realized is most successful people, literally, unless they were like born into something that was already going on, they have tragedy before they strike it big.
Yeah.
And it's a weird construct. And I remember talking to my mom about it. That had to be 2018, 2019-ish. When my grandma was in the hospital, I was like, hey, every single person I keep looking up that I think is inspirational, that like literally do life on the level I want to experience it, all have like this really bad tragedy stuff. Like their life sucked before they really got it figured out. But God helped use their story.
Yep.
In order to catapult them to where they need to be. You know, like somebody I like to think about is Kirk Franklin. A lot of his songs that people find very soothing and help them make it through the tough times of their life are songs that God gave him to make it through his tough time. Yeah. You know, and I was just like, man, I don't know if I want to like let that cup pass from me, you know. Yeah. But
and talking on that, you know, I don't, you know, I would say it's part tragedy, but I would say most of it, I feel, humble opinion, is discipline. Because I think about the military, for example. They're not like these weirdly talented individuals. They're just like basic humans. Not to say in a mean way. They're just regular people that follow a routine and get really good at that routine. And now they're chiefs and the heads of this and the heads of that. And they didn't do anything super crazy. They just did what they were supposed to do every day for a long period of time. And I think that that is kind of what got me here, waking up when I didn't want to wake up. And I think tragedy teaches you that, because you now see, I have to do this even if I don't want to. I don't want to go to this funeral. I don't want to deal with selling my mom's house. I don't want to deal with cleaning out her house, getting rid of her stuff, but I have to do it. Having a kid, I don't want to wake up every 2 hours.
You're right.
I don't want to take their ass to school. I know that sounds bad, but I want to sleep, you know?
That's for real.
But guess what? You do it anyways, and that's discipline, and that's where success comes from. I think it's from being like so disciplined, and instead of, it's so easy to like fall into like the partying and the alcohol and to not have responsibilities, and this happened to me, so I'm gonna live my life. And one of the things Tony said to me that and he uses this frame, he's like, because I was stuck in between. And please, young people out there, listen to me on this, because listen to me on this. I was stuck in between, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So I'm going to live it up today. And I'm going to see, like, I'm going to live it up today. And if I feel like doing this, I'm going to do it. It doesn't matter. But I realized I felt so empty doing that.
Yeah, it's a trick of the enemy.
Yeah, I felt so empty doing that. So I asked Tony for advice. I was like, listen, I feel like I have success knocking at my door. I was as busy as I ever could have been, and I wasn't wanting to. I didn't want to do the nails. I didn't want to do nails. I didn't want to. I didn't want to work because I was burnt out. I went so hard, like trying to get this place. Before I had girls in here, I had a boutique in the front, and I was running the whole thing by myself. So I was just working here. I did lashes in here, and I did nails in the other room. Actually, I lied. This room was for my son, and I just had a playroom, and then in the other room I did lashes and I did the nails, but the whole thing was just me.
But like, you're literally taking care of your son at the business,
at work,
while you're doing business.
He was here. I had a little playroom. It had a slide. He's still here. He still comes with me now. He's just in that room. But yeah, my son, every day he's with me.
Wow.
Yep, every day he's with me here. And that's one of the things that also, like, it showed me discipline. Like, you got to make it work. You know, you have to make it work. But I say that to say this, you know, he told me, like, what are the chances that because I was like, what if I die tomorrow? He's like, yeah, but what are the odds of that? Bet on, if you were to have everything you have that you were going to live tomorrow, would you bet it? And I was like, yeah, I would. Like, I would bet everything I have that I would live tomorrow, because what if I win? And then I was like, whoa, so I need to stop living for the everyday. I need to live for tomorrow. I need to live for the future. I need to bet on myself that, what if I take a gamble on everything that I have, do the best that I can to prepare today for tomorrow? And what if it works out? What if I make it tomorrow?
And it will, most cases.
In most cases, right?
Yeah.
And so I had to stop living for today. I had to stop living for, oh, what if today, you know, something happens to me? I could be driving and I could die. Oh my God, you know? And I was thinking like that because I had lost both of my parents. Yeah. And so I was like, because death visited my childhood home. Yeah. Death visited my people. Yeah. So I knew it was close. Yeah. And I knew it wasn't that far. So I'm like, if it's not that far, why would I do what I really don't want to do? But then you got to put things back into perspective. And that's where discipline comes in. Yeah. And it's not fun. It's not fun to do the things that you don't want to do.
That's right.
But you do it. You got to do it. That's what I feel like ultimately will take you to the top.
Wow. So, did you have any mentors or anything with what you're doing?
My sisters played a big part in how I am today. My sisters, they're women. They're just like me. I feel like we're all like enlightened, you know. I would say mentor, God, my sisters, my family, and there's a lot of people, too many to name, honestly, that I've really like took from. But I try to learn from every single person. I'm learning from you. I'm learning from him. You know, I'm learning from. That's the cameraman, y'all. That's what I say.
Uncle Bobby.
Yeah. Shout out. I learn from my peers, you know, the people that I work with. They taught me a lot. I learned from my son. You know, I learned from everybody. There's something to learn in everything.
So, since you have opened your shop, have you had like trouble with it? Like,
yeah, I have.
So like me, for instance, nobody told me how to handle the taxes.
Yeah. So yeah, that was one of the things that I had to. Luckily, my mom had a business, so I knew her accountant, and her accounting guided me a bit. But a lot of it was research. A lot of it was, y'all. You know, you can't pay somebody to tell you stuff, but if you go to the tax license and you tell them, I don't know what I don't have, I don't know what I have, they will tell you.
They will literally tell you.
They will be like, you need to get this and you got to get this.
But they're not going to volunteer the information. No, you have to ask specifically. You know, I had to literally go to, oh my Lord, I had to go down to the state building, sit in front of the representative for the state taxes, and have her walk me through the proper way to do it. Yep. You know, and like literally everything that I was behind on file wise, it literally took me 30 minutes to do 7 months worth of taxes. You know, well, luckily for me, since I was building my brand, I had 0 sales, so it was easy to put in. But
and they will listen. The IRS will find you.
Oh yeah, they came to my house.
Yeah,
they literally dropped the paperwork off in my house. That same lady I sat down with. You know, my wife was like, she didn't even want to take the papers because she didn't know who the lady was.
Don't play about it. I know y'all doing lashes and doing this makeup and all this stuff. That's good, but put a little bit aside, y'all. I know it's hard to save, especially because of the economy that we're in right now.
Yeah.
But whether it be like $3 from each person that you do, $2 from each person that you do, put it aside because they gonna come for their money, baby.
Or just charge the tax, man.
Or just charge a fee. I charge
10%.
a fee. I charge a processing fee on my card.
Yeah.
On my cash, no, but. Mm-hmm.
But you know, your margins are where you can handle business.
Mm-hmm.
You have enough money to pay your overhead, to pay your taxes, to get your supplies. You've got that part figured out, or at least that's what it seems like to me.
Yeah.
So I'm
trial
gonna just give
error,
it to you.
but
yes.
You know? Yeah, trial and error, but yes, I have been able to. It's budgeting.
Yeah, it really is.
This month I'll do this. This week I'll buy this. Today I'll do this. You know, you can't. I'm not a millionaire. You know, you can't.
How much of your business is actually how much, or what percentage do you pay yourself? Most people don't know how to do that part. They take too much from the business and hurt the business.
Yeah.
So how did you determine I'm good with? Did you come up with a set amount? Do you pay yourself an hourly rate, or are you just like, oh, I take this percentage no matter what we make?
So I just started making money off of my business a couple of months ago.
Wow.
Everything was investment. Nothing was you can't think like that. You can't think like I'm doing this to get. You have to have you have to save money at a day job. Before I was at this shop, I was at a hair salon. I was booth renting, and I had a second job to pay for my booth rent at that hair salon.
What?
Yeah, while being a mom, while dealing with my mom's death. Yeah, because I realized I'm like I can't solely depend on these people. I have to pay this booth rent, but I want to still get away from having a 9-to-5 job, regular job. So I have to have a balance in between the two. So Saturdays and Sundays I would work at a nail shop, regular nail shop, and then throughout the week I would do nails at the hair salon. So then by that I started slowly but surely collecting like my collections, which my color collections, which. Nail products are not cheap by any means. I mean, one little jar of powder could be anywhere from $19.99 to $30.
Wow. And you got multiple colors.
A collection is anywhere from like $1,500 to $2,000, $3,000. That's what collections are. That's how much they cost. So I was just building it like that. Like I said, I just started to see back a profit back from what I put in, But you have to know what you're putting out. You have to know what you're putting out. Don't just spend. Don't just buy. Because
you got to know your numbers.
Yeah, you got to know your numbers. You got to write it down. You got to know what you're spending, and have a time for. And you have to have like a backup fund. Like what's going to support you through the caterpillar stage, through the cocoon stage.
Yeah.
You got to still pay your bills. And you got to save money. Like whenever you get your taxes, don't take that vacation. I know you need it, but save it.
Yeah.
Save it that can be your fun during your cocoon stage. Things like that.
Okay. All right.
These are my Chanels. These are my Gucci's. Like these are Instead of that, I bought nail polishes.
Well, we're gonna work out something to where you ain't got to buy Chanel or Gucci. You could buy
Young and Culture.
Yeah, rip it to the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you definitely fit what the brand is.
Yeah.
110%. Even just the stuff you were saying off camera before we started to record. I like those things that you were saying, and that is what the brand is in essence. Because young are energetic. That's what the young actually means. The energetic at heart. People who like to go get it done. Yeah. No matter whatever it is, they find the energy to do it, and they do it with thankfulness. A lot of us like to say the word pride, but pride comes before destruction. Pride is a hardiness about it. No matter how you try and flip the word proud or pride, it still goes back to saying I did it. but thankfulness is God gave me the strength to do it. You know, so that's the true youth of young. Now the cultured is to be in the know. But how did we go through the know? It's experience. I lived through it, or I know someone who has lived through it, who led me through it, and that's how I got the experience.
I love that message.
So that's what young and cultured actually is, and that's why I say you fit the brand along with many others that's been on this platform. Now you are building a brand that people know it's working. How did you determine which way would be the best way for you?
I worked in probably about 10 nail shops before I was like, all right, this ain't working. But like I said, I learned, and from each place that I worked at, I learned what they were doing marketing wise that was working for them and what wasn't working for them. And so I kind of remixed it to myself. I think I'm one of the first. I do like a hybrid here. So I do like a hybrid of commission, not commission. I do like a hybrid of like where people, let's say like I don't want to get too technical, but I just do like a hybrid to where my stylists, my technicians can feel like they work for that. I'm not their boss. They don't work for me.
So they work for themselves. You just provide a place for them to hustle.
Exactly.
Like a barbershop.
But I also provide product. So I provide products because I know that I make the initial investment for them.
Okay.
You know, so I make the initial investment for them so that it's not so because there's talented people, you know, that need a place that just don't have a place, you know, or they don't know brands. Because, you know, like I worked in so many places, so I know what brands work, what brands don't work. These are one of my ladies coming in. I love her so much, Reina.
Hello.
Pasa. But, and I think that honestly, not to try to toot my own horn or anything like that. Whenever you ask about nails in Mobile, Alabama, I know that somebody that works at this shop is going to come up, whether it be me or whether it be one of the girls, because we do the event nails, we do the wedding nails, we do the birthday nails, we do the really extravagant nails that people that they want for a special occasion, you know, and it's like a haircut. Like it's like a haircut for a guy. Whenever you go get your haircut, you feel like, who gave you permission to talk to me today?
Yeah.
Who told you could talk to me today? And when a girl gets her nails done, it's kind of like, okay, y'all, like, you know, she's feeling herself. She's talking. She feels like she can grab stuff a little bit easier. She wants to. She's not so shy. So it does provide a sense of confidence, and it's kind of like therapy. Sometimes my customers come in here and they'll just vent to me. They'll cry to me. Sometimes they'll be quiet, and that's where I come in and I'm like, you having a good day? What you getting your nails done for? You know, and I think all of us, we provide a safe space for men and women, because there's men that come in here also, and a safe, pretty space, you know, because that's important too. People like to feel like they're in a nice place while they get a service done, you know. So yeah, but that was one of the things that I did. I think I created a place that was like a good work environment. You want people to want to come to work. You want people to be happy to be here, to make it like a second home. But I don't like to control anybody. That was one of the main reasons why I didn't want to work anywhere, because I felt like you can eat, like I would be eating, and if there was a customer, they'd be like, oh, Kat, there's a customer. Like, okay, but I'm eating. Like, I'm eating.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to get up and stop what I'm doing right now to work on that customer. Like, yeah, get the bag, all that's cool, but like these are my 30 minutes where I'm by myself today. You know what I mean? Because when I get home, I gotta cook, I gotta clean, I gotta shower the baby, I gotta shower myself. You know, it's still so much.
It's like, what about you?
What about me? And so here, that's why I'm like, I don't want to control your time. You come and go as you please. There's 3 rules, and just abide by those 3 rules, and that's literally it. I don't care.
What's the 3 rules?
We just try to keep the door locked, and then everything stays clean. Like your section, you clean up after yourself, and everyone who comes in, every customer must wash their hands.
Oh.
Literally the simplest rules. Like just to keep it clean. Because if somebody gets COVID, somebody gets sick, all of our money stops.
That's right.
You know? So I'm like, make sure that your people are washing their hands. Keep that door locked if nobody's up in the front. If I'm here, it's okay because I can see, you know, but the door, if they're back there, that door stays locked at all times. People can't just walk in and out of here as they please, you know. And clean up after yourself because we don't know who's coming in the morning. I could do the mayor's wife nails, and then if such and such has a mess and she sees that because she left late last night, it's hard. It's not good business. You know?
I agree. Okay, so to round it out, because we talked about so many good things, but I know you're limited on time.
Just a little bit.
And we're most likely I'm gonna have you back on.
Yeah, I'm down.
I like this conversation with you.
Thanks for having me. Like honestly, I'm honored. I'm so like this is out of the box for me, but it's so in the box for me. Like this is me.
Yeah.
I just haven't had the opportunity to do it yet. And thank you for opening this door to me. You now opened a new door in my life. You showed me that I can do something.
Of course.
You know, so thank you for that.
You have the personality for it, for sure.
Thank you.
She's a hard worker, y'all. She kept trying to help us with everything.
I can't just sit still. I try, but I can't.
Okay. As a 24-year-old entrepreneur, what would you like to tell for people who are trying to get started tomorrow? What if you could leave them with one message, what would that be?
Social media. Work on your social media. Do promotions. Everybody that you see, give them a business card, whether it be at Starbucks, at the gas station, at Walmart. I literally, to this day, I have a shop, and I literally will stop people and be like, where'd you get your nails done? Here, I have a shop. My name is Kat. Here's some of my cards. Here's, if you mentioned that you saw me here, here's 15% off. I never stop selling myself. It doesn't matter like if I have my shop or not. Like I said, I'm checking out. If I see a lady with long nails, that's the customer that I want. I want somebody that always has their nails done. If they can know how to handle long nails, that means they get them done pretty often. You know what I mean? So that's who I search. Go on brand for your brand. Like market on your brand. If you want to do high class clients, well then sit at the battle house for a little bit, order a drink, and then women that you see walking in, talk to them, you know, or whatever it might be, whatever your niche is, you know, like whatever your niche is, whatever category you fit into that you've put yourself in, get it where how you live, right? That's a phrase. Yeah,
but most people don't know what that means, but
you know what I mean?
That's exactly what that means. Like don't make it fit. Find out what fits in what you're trying to do. So it's the customer base is there. I think our problem is we try and make everybody our customer, but you got to literally determine who your customer is, who you want to deal with. I
don't want to do everybody's nails. I'm done. I've said no to some customers. I've literally said no to plenty of customers.
How do they handle it when you tell them no?
They don't like it. But guess what?
Do they disrespect you?
I've had a circumstance where things got a little bit crazy, but genuinely no, because I don't disrespect them.
There you go.
I kind of just be respectful, and if they do try to get crazy, then here's your deposit, baby. I don't have to do your nails, you know. But I will say, like, social media, I get 80% of my clientele from Instagram, and that's just posting all the time. I used to post every day, 2-3 times a day, you know, because I was working. As I was doing the nails, I was posting them, and I feel like that got me out there. And I would follow like girls. I would purposely follow girls that I feel like were popping in the city, and then I would reach out to them like, hey, I'm Kat.Nailed.It. I have a shop. I would like for you to come check out my work. Not offering discounts, just letting them know that I exist, that I'm here. This is my work. You know, if you have time, if you are looking for a new nail technician, because I don't want to step on anybody else's toes. This is something I want to make very clear. You have to respect if somebody's with another service provider in this in this industry. Like if she goes to her, she's been going to her for 10 years. Stay where you at, baby. Like I'm not trying to take you from her. You know, I don't know who you go to. I'm just putting myself out there. You know, but social media, you guys, make sure you're posting. Make sure you're liking. You're engaging. That is one. It's free. It's free money wise. It takes time. But it's free money wise, and I would do it while I'm multitasking, like cooking. I would be editing nail pictures or at red lights, I would be responding to DMs or checking my availabilities, like really just trying to do everything while I was also living my life, you know? So, bye-bye. Thank you. You too.
Yeah, she got customers going in and out. Man, this is...
Shop don't stop.
What you say. What you say. Get the bag. Don't hold it.
Yep.
I ain't mad at it. So...
Hello.
As you guys have basically heard, there is no reason not to get it done, even if you have trouble getting it done. Keep going. Just keep going. Like, the discipline of the ability to keep going will get you there.
Of not giving up. Yep. It's
That
no
alone
special.
will get you there.
Anybody can do nails. Anybody can do. It's practice. It's literally a trade. You learn how to do it. Nobody is like born with the ability to do nails. You know, you learn how to do it. So if you, anything that you want to do, if you stay down and you keep doing it, and you're gonna be successful. I mean, that's just the law.
Yeah.
It's like the law.
Is what God put into the earth. Literally, one of the things you are built to do is to literally be fruitful and multiply. A lot of people think that means children. No, that literally means make yourself a tree that people can come find nourishing fruit from. How can you do that unless you work? You have to literally work your garden. You know, everybody has talents and abilities, and you already know how to do it. Just harness, especially those little quirks, you know, people like to judge you on. They don't really know that. I like to call those your little superpowers. It's a reason why you have that little quirk.
Yeah.
Use that into your niche.
Yeah.
And that will separate you as well as make you feel safe, because that's why people are so judgmental. They don't get to be themselves, so therefore they judge other people.
Yep.
But if you just learn how to be yourself in your niche, hey, the business will come.
Yes.
But y'all know what's up. This has been a Vivid Mind podcast. Hey man, y'all make sure y'all head to the website. That is www.youngandcultured.app. I made it easy for you to find, or you could just Google me, Young and Cultured. I'm on everything. The Young Cultured. Y'all know what this is. Nailed by Kat.
Thank you.
Trust me, she easy to find.
Thank you.
And like I always say, live humble and prosper.
I've been through a lot. And only one thing ever really sticks to me. No matter what I go through, it always affects me. When I hustle up or don't have a dime, I'ma go mine. Good times and the bad times, they heavy on my mind. Tapered up or I'm starched down. Either way is mine. I feel fine, but everything around affect my vivid mind.